What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. It's your girl, Claudia Jordan. We are back with another brand new episode of TGIF. We're here to spill the tea and break down the biggest news in social media and in the world. So sit back, relax, get you something to drink because we have a whole lot to talk about. And I hear a whole bunch of extra eyeballs on us tonight because FOXSOUL is popping like that. So anyways, welcome, Al Reynolds. What's up, Al?
What's going on, Claudia?
How are you? You good?
Very good, very good.
You in LA?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Settling in just fine.
Oh, okay. Because, you big move to LA and you're getting acclimated, right. Know your way around and know where to go and get your place together.
I know Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh. Okay.
I'm learning my way, though. Yeah, it's going to take some time.
Well, I'm going to send you a list of all the good little hole-in-the-wall restaurants. You're a
foodie. I would love it.
Absolutely. And please welcome Funky Not Even. What's up, Q?
Well, I would like to introduce myself and my new set of arms. Look at that, y'all.
Wow.
Listen.
Wow.
Listen. Claudia, you wish you was young and supple and fine.
Wow.
Like
you know what you're giving for 57 cents a day. You can. Have you been working out?
For 2 years. What you talking about?
Oh man, you know what? I'm so tired of men that stay in the gym and you see no results. Like it's like the vegans.
I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. I went to the doctor 2 days ago for my annual, and I said, "Doctor, I don't eat the way I feel I should because I eat one big meal a day and I snack." I said, "Will you give me something for appetite stimulation?" And my doctor's a 63-year-old white gay man. He said, "Absolutely not." He says, "You go to South Beach and you see those gay muscle steroid boys, and now you want to be one." I said, "No, I don't, Doc." "Well, just a little bit." He said, "Nope, because in 10 years, you're going to regret this. I'm not giving you nothing." He said, "Drink Boost, eat ice cream, and eat cream-based soups." He said, "That's all I'm giving you." I said, "Well, okay, but look, look at it. Ow, bing, ow.
Al, what? Al, you're the gym person here. Al, what do you think of that arm? That biceps? What do you think of that biceps?
I know. Was that a bicep? Oh, what? Okay. All right, I see you. Well, he went to the gym today, so I guess he's feeling big.
We spent the night in that hotel. It's people on this line. Claudia, it's people on this line. Go to the next thing, Claudia.
That olive oil arm.
All right, y'all. I tried this lip plumper and my lips look crazy right now. Like my lips are stinging. I don't know if y'all ever tried that in cosmetics. It's like a gloss, but it makes your lips sting and they look swollen. Like, don't they look like?
No, you look good.
I can't see.
I didn't do lip liner today. I usually overdraw my lips to make them look big. And people are like, "You get your lips done?" And I put this plumper today and they look okay. Anyways. We were talking about big, so let's just move on. All right, let's get into this. What y'all got planned for the weekend? Anybody got anything planned for this upcoming weekend?
Baby, let me tell y'all something. Anita Baker is kicking off her United States tour tomorrow at the Hard Rock Casino at 8:00, and I am there on row 4 to see Miss Anita Baker. That is what I am doing tomorrow night. So y'all get ready for all the posts because I'm dancing Anita Baker again.
I'll be at the Super Bowl.
Are you gonna go hang out, go to parties and stuff?
You know it.
I know GQ magazine's having something with Deion Sanders tomorrow, so that should be nice. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So, all right, you gonna go to the game? You think?
Yeah, I have plans to go to the game. Mm-hmm.
Them tickets are like $20,000 for like one ticket.
Yeah, if you're scalping it, yeah, it's crazy.
All right, well, good luck with that, and give us some pictures of on the field. And
Claudia, the best part about it is there are 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. And that's really phenomenal and historical to me. So I got to be there at that one.
All right. Well, let's get into the show. Billboard and Vibe magazines released their list of 50 greatest rappers of all time. And Jay-Z hit that #1 spot. Now, following behind Jay-Z was Kendrick Lamar at number 2, Nas at number 3, Tupac at number 4, and Eminem at number 5. Al, let's start with you first. What do you think about this list?
Hey, I think it's pretty amazing. I think based on the criteria, because the criteria is book of work and achievement. We know that in 2008, Jay-Z, he changed the game with that Live Nation deal for 10 years, $150 million. 2011, he broke Elvis's record of the most #1 albums by a solo artist. The second criteria was cultural impact. We know Jay-Z has had a cultural impact with how he's forced the political power, became a political power player with the Obamas during the election, doing fundraisers and performing. And then he also introduced icons like Kanye West and Rihanna. So his shift in the culture is more noticeable than most. And the last is longevity, right? And lyrics. And we know that Jay-Z has been in the game for a very long time. He evolved from a rapper to a cultural influencer, from that now an icon and a mogul. So for me, he is definitely the best choice out of the four that was shared based on those criterias.
Q, what you think? What do you think about the list?
You know what? I'm absolutely glad that they chose Jay-Z as #1. But as far as I'm concerned, Claudia, now, and I'm being completely honest, Billboard can go to hell. They do not have the cultural authority or the cultural infrastructure within their organization to deem anything in the hip hop world. Okay, they are. Forgive me, they are a white publication. They are not engulfed enough in the culture to be an authority on anything hip hop. I'm glad they got Jay-Z as #1, but as far as hip hop is concerned, I don't want to hear anything Billboard has to say.
This is, I am a huge fan of several of the people on the list, and Jay-Z to me is definitely a true success story. I mean, he's amazing, right? But the list is not valid to me of the 50 greatest rappers. Too Short is not on the list at all. Too Short is one of the best West Coast rappers ever, and iconic, and been around since the 80s. And he's had songs well into his 40s and 50s and having, hits still with the youngsters. Like, I don't know. To me, like, how do you miss that? And some of the people on the list, I'm like, who is that? But, a list is their list. It's not your list. It's not your list. It's subjective, right? It's what you think.
No, it's no. Listen, we keep it real on this show. No. It's them white people at Billboard lists. It's their list. And I'm sorry, if the committee was not made up of at least 80% Black people, your list is not valid. I don't want to hear what anything about a room of white millennials from the Upper East Side of New York have to say about hip hop. Billboard magazine has never been the authority on hip hop, and they won't be it now. So while it was cute for vanity purposes, Billboard, you guys would have been better off doing a cover story on Madonna's new face and been taken, got more credit for that and had more validity for that than you would be on hip hop. Leave hip hop alone.
Q, you make a good point, but on this particular list, there were 10 members on the committee that came up with the list, and a number of them were Black. But to your point, we probably should take another look at those 10 people and see where they land in the cultural landscape of understanding hip hop.
And then the funny thing about it is, Al, I don't give a damn whether they were Black, brown, green, or indifferent. Billboard has not historically leaned our way. I'm sorry, if you're not Black, if you were not birthed out of Harlem, New York, or the hip hop culture, you don't have the authority to make a list of the greatest hip hop anything. I would have given Benzino and Dave Mays from the Source magazine more credit to be an authority on hip hop than I would Billboard. Billboard, stay in your place and go over there and cover Britney Spears and her failed what they call it, her failed intervention that didn't happen this week. That's more y'all lane. Stay out of hip hop business.
All right. Well, there we have it. All right, y'all. Social media went into a complete frenzy after First Lady Jill Biden and first husband Doug Emhoff.
Claudia, let me tell you something. Social media was driving a Nissan, baby, especially during Black History Month.
Okay. All right. Before we take a break, let's take a look at this Black History Moment sponsored by Nissan.
FOXSOUL celebrates Black history makers who have broken barriers and created change. Megan Pifus is Sesame Street's first Black female puppeteer, giving a fresh voice to a new generation of children. In 2020, Megan became the voice of Gabrielle, a 6-year-old Black girl Muppet on Sesame Street. Megan is a self-taught musician and singing ventriloquist.
Servant of the Lord.
The 2-time Emmy Award winner gained national recognition when she appeared on the hit television shows America's Got Talent and Showtime at the Apollo.
With ventriloquism, it adds in the interaction between a human and a puppet.
But long before Megan took center stage in the spotlight, John W. Cooper paved the way for Black ventriloquists, thrilling audiences with his puppets and his famous show, Fun in a Barbershop. Megan Pifus' amazing voice and her magical gift to bring puppets to life will inspire generations of children to dream big and to explore their imagination and creativity.
Honoring Black History Month on TGIF, presented by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com.
All right, shout out to Nissan for this moment in Black history. Al, what do you think about the story?
I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the fact that she's self-taught. I love it that she's owning that space. I love it that she's now a Black girl on Sesame Street. I love her presence. I love her talent. I love her creativity. And, you know, it's positions like this that definitely, because of her influence, shifts the culture, because she's teaching young kids in their minds. And I'm here for it. Congratulations and thank you, Nissan.
All right. And Q?
You know, ventriloquism, I can't even pronounce it, child. That's more the reason our kids need to be exposed to this. Ventriloquism is one of those things that we never even thought about as a career path for our children. And I'm glad that this young lady is showing us that, you know what, you can do this. This is a career path. It's very lucrative. You know, you don't have to be an IG model. You don't have to be any of those things. Here's something else that you can do in the entertainment industry that's off the beaten path. So hats off to her. And thank you, Nissan, so much for shining a light on this young lady.
Hey, once again, it's awesome to see different career paths that are off the beaten path, that are not the usual norms. And we want to thank Vanderbilt University for the footage of Megan Pifus. Once again, thank you to Nissan. Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more TGIF when we return. Make sure you put your questions in the chat, because at the end of the show, it's going down. We'll be back. Welcome back to TGIF. Hey, it is Friday, and thank God it's Friday, because one of the funnest parts of the week to me is at the end of the show. We get to answer questions from y'all. So if you guys can start putting your little shady questions in the chat. We can get to as many as we can at the end of the show. Go ahead and line them up, and we'll get to them at the end of the show. All right, fellas, there's a video circulating of a white female making several racist comments while spraying a substance onto another female whose face was painted Black. Check this out. Now, the students are believed to be from St. Hubert Catholic High School and Franklintown Charter High School. Soulmates, please do not try to replicate this at home. I hope I don't have to let y'all know that, but I do. Are y'all surprised that we're seeing more of these racist antics during Black History Month? What do you think, Al?
I'm disgusted. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's ignorant. I think it's borderline illegal in my mind for white kids to be doing this and filming it and putting it out there. I think their parents should be held accountable, because I would assume that a lot of this influence is coming from their household. And I'm surprised that this happens in Philly. Like, Philly is known for its deep Black history and the number of Black people. Philly was also one of the first school systems to start teaching African-American history in the curriculum, which was, mandatory since 2005. This type of ignorance should not be tolerable. I don't think they need to be suspended. I think they need to be expelled. I think they need to be thrown out the school, and they need to be home trained by the racist families that they're being taught, that racist households that they're being taught this. Because let me tell you something, these same young girls will one day be doctors, judges, lawyers, or even police officers. And if they feel this way about black people in this instance, they're going to feel the same when they have those jobs that can put us behind bars or even put us to death. They need to feel the wrath of this ridiculousness.
All right, Q, what do you think?
It's a hate crime. It is a hate crime. They should be put in jail. Just like we did the story on Wednesday when they served the chicken, waffles, and watermelon. And when I said in 2023, white people know better. The only thing that made this in their eyes funny is the fact that it was controversial. And what made it controversial was the fact that it was racist. They knew exactly what they were doing. And because they were conscious of what they were doing is all the more reason why they should suffer a conscious consequence. They should be charged with a hate crime.
And it seemed like the girl that they were painting her face, like she wasn't that like against, like it was like maybe uncomfortable, but they were all in on the thing. It looked like it was like, my thing is this, why do you little stupid heifers want to do stuff like this? Like what, that's what y'all do on your Saturday night. That's what y'all do when y'all sit around. Oh, let's get some black spray paint and spray this girl in the face and then say, I'm black and I'm proud and think that's funny. Like, I'm like, what is it going on in y'all's lives? There's obviously a lack of anything going on, fun in your life, that's how you want to spend your evening with your girls. When we get together, me and my girls, we go on trips, we hang out, spraying each other in the face with black paint. Go ahead, Q.
I'm going to say something and it may ruffle a few feathers. But when you know what your capital TRUE, when you know what your true station is in this universe, you come for the kings and queens. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, it's absolutely ridiculous and shame on the parents. You know?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something to elaborate on that statement. The great Toni Morrison said, white, and I'm elaborating here. She said, white people could never move me. What would you be without racism? Would you still feel strong? Would you still feel tall? If you feel tall because somebody else is on their knees, what does it say about you? So again, my first statement is the girls that did that, they know what their true station is in life. That's why they did that.
And honestly, lately, it seems like they've had a very sick, well, no, not lately. They've always had a very sick obsession with us, holding us back, holding us down, imitating, clowning. We stay on their minds. Listen, why does our flourishing and our presence bother y'all so much?
Because racism is a sickness. It's a sickness. It's a sickness, and I feel necessary. Like you're not born racist. You're taught racism, in my opinion. You're taught it from your environment that you grow up in. Like, why is hate promoted before love? And listen, that's all this is. This is hate.
Al, if you mix raisins and mayonnaise together, okay, your ass would be half senile just like them. Okay, so. Claudia, move on to the next thing because I'm about to go in and and this is not the type of show we're doing tonight.
Are you trying to behave tonight?
I'm trying to unlock my better self, and I'm not going to let people who mix mayonnaise and raisins together take me off my throne.
Hey, soulmates, if you're sick of the racism, throw a black fist.
If you're sick of the raisins
and the racism, give me a fist in the chat, in the chat. All right, y'all. Last year, we reported that Adidas ended its 9-year partnership with Ye. Well, now the company has been warned that it's expected to lose $1.3 billion in sales revenue this year because it's unable to sell Yeezy clothing and shoes. In a statement, Adidas said its financial guidance for 2023 accounts for the significant adverse impact from not selling the existing stock. Now, the company can't repurpose any of the remaining Yeezy clothing. Adidas said that it could cost the company $534 million in operating profits this year. Let's go to you first, Q. Y'all surprised? Are you surprised? What you think?
Let me tell you something. It's BS. Their decision to not sell whatever it is they got in back inventory is arbitrary. If it's gonna cost you that much money, and I'm a former accountant, sell it then. Shit, people want it. Okay, when I go down to the bar with 100 cars, the white boys be there, they be like, I got 6 pairs of Yeezys. They be happy that they got them Yeezys. Baby, I don't feel bad. I don't feel no waste had like James Cleveland for nobody who got a whole warehouse full of Yeezys that still got commercial and urban value in. If y'all feel that type of way and y'all accountants told y'all that y'all got about to go bankrupt by the whole warehouse full of merchandise that y'all can't sell it then, bitch. That's what it sounds like to me. Sell it. The people still want it. Listen, and I'm going to be honest with you. I am on a talk show right now, and it's my job to know what the hell is going on. I don't even remember why the hell they ain't selling the damn shoes.
Oh, my God. Q.
For the simple fact that I don't remember, sell it. Because I like to think I'm upper echelon when it comes to economics and when it comes to intellect. My brain up under this Fendi hat, I don't even remember why they not selling the stuff. If I don't remember, I know Shanika and Tremaine don't remember.
Okay.
Sell it.
Okay, we get your point. Someone is feeling very good tonight. Al, what do you think about this?
You know, I find it. It's like a interesting dynamic here, right? Because they are losing out on close to $1 billion based on their stance against hate and racism, and that I can't be mad at. You know, however, you know, they're also dripping bread with Beyonce's collection, who we just found out during the release of their numbers that is falling way back, and what their earnings were supposed to be in the tune of over $200 million. You know, Adidas got a lot of bleeding that they need to tend to, but I can't be mad at anybody that's taking a strong stance against hate and racism. So, I mean, if it's at the tune of $1 billion, then that's what it is.
What he had said, Claudia, because I forgot. I honestly forgot.
You remember he had the rant against Jews. He had the rant. Kanye had the rant against Jews. He said he was going to kill them. He was going to combat something.
He said it's going to be DEFCON 9.
Yeah, one of them.
I mean...
No.
I know. I don't want us to get canceled.
Leave that alone.
Close my eyes.
Yeah.
But
go on to the next thing, Claudia.
But to his point, that's why he said what he said, because you see how you just stopped me? How you can't even have a critique without your benefits being canceled.
Well, you know, I think...
Girl, the producers in the thing said next topic. See, we can't even discuss on the surface what the hell going on.
I'm going to say this. Everyone has a freedom to say what they want, but you don't have the freedom from the consequences. So say what you want. Do what you want. But that doesn't give you a right to have to stay employed by someone. Doesn't give you the right to have to still sell your clothes and be a successful entrepreneur. There's consequences that come with it. And just how we have the choice to boycott companies that offend the Black community, so does everybody else. So we are going to move on now. On that note, it seems like a lot more tea is being spilled about the workplace environment at Good Morning America. Now, shortly after former GMA anchors T.J. Homes and Amy Robach announced their departure from the network, more people have started to speak out about the multiple affairs that allegedly took place throughout the office. Now, a former employee told the Cut that employees hooking up with one another was not uncommon in the workplace, claiming it felt like everybody was sleeping around. And another source spoke out on the company's inappropriate ways, saying and boldly claimed that staff members would be rewarded if they were either divas or adulterers. Sounds like it was off the chain over there.
Sound like they need my resume, girl.
I feel like you and Al, I'm like, we might be losing y'all to GMA.
Oh, Al, she trying to do it. She trying to do it.
I'm just trying to find an appropriate place for y'all, because it seems like they wild out and have fun. Let's see what Al says. Al, what are your thoughts on these allegations?
Listen, I know that the president of ABC, that Black female, is losing sleep over this. I will share this, though. I am 110% not comfortable with the narrative being created around T.J. Homes as both a predator and also a poster child for sexual misconduct at ABC. They need to release that man of that. Every single one of those young ladies were of age, old age, and they were also consenting. So to make him out to be a predator and a poster child for sexual misconduct at ABC is unfair. I think it's unfair, and I think it sends a message in the workplace that black men are usually the root of this, and it strips these women of agency.
You? I'm
you know
afraid
what?
to ask.
No. While I agree with Al, as black men in this world, we understand that we have to be 10 times better to get half as much. He knows what it is. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, okay? TJ knows that he can't get away with the same thing that his white counterparts get away with in that organization. Does it make it right? Absolutely not. But are you going to die on the hill of, can I do the same thing my white counterparts do? TJ is old enough to know what our station is in this life and what we face. And he should have done better. While I don't think he's a predator, and while I don't agree with them making him out to be a predator, he should have understood that had anybody ever found out that was going to be the narrative. And TJ, because you are able-bodied and sound mind, you're upper echelon, and you're educated, you could have prevented all of this. So, brother, while it may not be fair, I have no sympathy for you.
Poster child for being a predator? No, I don't believe that. Poster child for fumbling a bag and just being inappropriate. Listen, I get if you fall for someone at work. I get if you fall and date a couple people at work over the course of some years. But it seems like he was slanging a lot of D around the office. It seems like there's a lot of people he messed with, and it's like a free-for-all, but maybe not even just him. So maybe that's why he felt so comfortable. Like, well, everyone's kind of doing it here. So maybe that's what gave him the green light. But like you said, both y'all, you do have to work twice as hard to be twice as careful as your white counterparts. There's not as much grace given to us and by them. It's a fact. It is a fact. So yeah, you may see everybody out sleeping with each other, and then you go ahead and join them. You're not going to get the same punishment. You're not.
And Claudia, I'm gonna add one thing to it. He better go find a job quick, fast, and in a hurry. He better put his damn resume on Indeed, or at a minimum, go be a substitute teacher at a New York high school, because that white woman is not gonna keep his ass with no job.
Well, they said that supposedly he bought her a promise ring, which I'm like, we doing promise rings in our 50s? Okay.
Girl, I listen, the last time I had a promise ring, I was 12 and a half with a Lisa Frank lunchbox. Okay.
Do we still do promise rings? Al, would you do that?
He better promise her. She got the $50 million in the bank and he's jobless now. He better promise her something. If he wants to stay living in that East Side apartment.
He better listen. Listen, when you lose your job, you automatically qualify for unemployment and food stamps. He better promise her that food stamps and unemployment ain't gonna be her life beyond these 6 months that she eligible.
Non-employment, that's about $600 a week on New York. All right, y'all, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more TGIF. Get your questions in the chat so we can get to them at the end of the show. We'll be right back. Welcome back to TGIF. All right, y'all, listen, we all are foodies here on this show, so let me get into this. Are y'all craving something fresh, delicious, and easy for springtime meals? We'll try Wild Grain and get their baked from frozen sourdough bread, fresh pastas and artisanal pastries delivered right to your door. Now, Wild Grain is the first ever baked from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, fresh pastas, and artisanal pastries. Unlike typical supermarket bread, Wild Grain uses a slow fermentation process that's easier on your belly, lower in sugar, and rich in nutrients and antioxidants. Now, every item bakes from frozen in 25 minutes or less, and you'll never run the risk of getting bored with Wild Grain because they're constantly adding new seasonal and limited time special items to try. Now, plus for every new member, Wild Grain donates 6 meals to the Greater Boston Food Bank so you can eat good and do good at the same time. Now, all you have to do is sign up at wildgrain.com/T and choose which type of box you want to receive and how often. Now, it's really easy to reschedule, skip, or cancel. Plus, for a limited time, you can get $30 off the first box, plus free croissants in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/T to start your subscription. That's wildgrain.com/T. And the fellas, y'all have been enjoying your food. Al, I know you've been loving that food.
I love wild grains. I'm telling you, everybody, they got peach pockets, they got chocolate pockets, they got apple pockets, they got great croissants, they have great pasta. Oh my God, the pasta feels like you are somewhere like from where Claudia's from, Italy. And the bread, the artisan bread is really, really, really next level. So if you're a butter and bread guy like myself, you can't go wrong with wild grains. And guess what? They deliver it directly to your home, and they do it every 2 weeks if you put it on that schedule.
All right. And Q?
Listen, I love that they said that they put the croissants in the thing for free, because that's the one thing I was ranting and raving about. Y'all, the croissants are as big as my head, and they are good. They are so fluffy and soft on the inside. They've got like a little sweet glaze on top. They are so good. It's not your mama's croissant, okay? So get your wild grains, because y'all will truly enjoy the food that they've curated for your taste bud experience.
All right. Once again, that's wildgrain.com/T, or you can use promo code T at checkout. Promotional consideration furnished by Wild Grain. All right, fellas, let's get back to the show. All right. Super Bowl is taking place this weekend, and Rihanna will be headlining the halftime show. Now, the new mom shared her decision to hit the stage in the recent Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show, a press conference. Rihanna said, "It's important for me to do this year. It's important for representation. It's important for my son to see that." Are you guys excited to see Rihanna hit the stage? And who do you think delivered the best Super Bowl performance to date? Let's start with you, Al. What do you think?
The best I've ever seen, I'm going to go with either Bruno Mars. I thought that was really exceptional. And Michael Jackson. I mean, I really think Michael Jackson brought the house down. Now, with Rihanna, now I'm just excited. Like, Rihanna, I haven't seen her perform in 7 years. She's been focusing on her billion-dollar business and making a family. I'm very curious to see how she's going to put 17 years into 13 minutes. And I'm really interested to see who she may bring on with her, because, you know, we know Rihanna's not a big dancer now. No shade, right? What does Q say? No shade, no tea. We really don't know her to be. No shade.
No tea, no shade.
No tea, no shade.
You one of the new gays. No tea, no shade.
Right, yeah. So anyway, you know, so I'm very curious on how she's going to do that, because I miss her dance, I miss her performing, I miss her music, I miss Rihanna on stage. But let's see what's going to happen. What do you think, Claudia and Q?
Q?
I'm highly looking forward to it. Let me tell you something. You don't disappear for 7 years. You don't have the whole industry saying, "I'm looking for an album." You don't get, 2 days before the Super Bowl and don't even get a girl as a single. Rihanna say, "I'm so ethereal, I'm so surreal, I can't be comprehended except by my permission." Now, for my poet laureates out there, that was a little bit of Nikki Giovanni ego trip. You got to be a little educated to know what I just did. But she said, "I'm not even giving y'all girls a single. You gonna get what I give you after 7 years." So with that being said, knowing that people are gonna criticize her, like Al said, for her dancing, lack of single, and no music for 7 years, trust and believe, Mama is gonna put out all the stops tomorrow, and it is going to be iconic. Trust and believe. But with that being said, y'all know I'm an old school hoe, okay? Let me tell you something. I was reincarnated from the 70s. I used to wear a red dress, red lipstick. I used to bump my hair before I went out and wore pumps, okay? And my name was Bridget, and I smoked Benson and Hedges. The realest Super Bowl performance was Diana Ross, the boss, and it was Prince. When he played, they gave him the option to play or not to play. And he said, "I'm going to play that guitar in the rain, baby. And not just the regular rain." What type of rain, Al? The purple rain. He played it in the purple rain. Or whatever. Rihanna going to do what she got to do. What you think, Claudia?
I'm excited. I'm a huge Rihanna fan. I love her, and I love her style. I just love looking at her. She can just stand up there and just rock back and forth for all I care. I'm just happy to see her. And, you know, people have been complaining for years because she put a lot of focus into her fashion, like her lingerie line and her makeup, and we haven't gotten new music. But, you know, we asked for it, we got it, and then people still want to complain. I'm happy. I know people are spending lots of money. These Super Bowl tickets are some of the most expensive ones ever because of this. I'm here for it. As for my favorites, I loved, of course, the Michael Jackson performance. That was, of course, epic. So many. For me personally, Beyonce, a few years back, when she did I think it was more than once she performed, it was twice. 2017, we were fresh into the Trump presidency, and she came out with something so pro-Black with Formation. And her whole set was just the timing. It was what we needed. We were kind of going through it like, oh my God, like we're really in this. And for her to come out then on such a huge stage, it had a big impact for me personally. You know what I mean? It really, really did. Like it was a little Band-Aid on me for what we were feeling at that time with like this orange monster in office. That was, my opinion. So yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens this weekend. We will all be tuned in. Al will be there. We'll get that scoop. I cannot wait to see what she does. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Once again, put your comments and questions in the chat so we can get to them at the end of the show. We're going to try to leave a little more time tonight so we can really get to your questions. We'll be right back after this quick break. Welcome back to TGIF. They're telling me in the chat that FOXSOUL is trending all over the place. So thank you, everybody that's tuning in tonight, and soulmates, old and new. We welcome you to, be a follower and viewer of this show every week. All right, y'all, let's get into this. New details are emerging in the shoplifting investigation of Huntsville City Councilman Devin Keith. A new document obtained on Wednesday alleges the city councilman committed over 30 thefts across 3 Huntsville Walmart locations. Keith allegedly shoplifted from the locations on dates ranging from November of 2022 to February 2nd of this year. In early January, a self-checkout host noticed that Keith had been skip scanning items at the self-checkout and that he did not pay for his entire cart. After conducting a more in-depth investigation, Walmart determined that the majority of the time that Mr. Keith went into Walmart, he did commit theft by skip scanning. I don't know why my spirit is telling me to go to Q first about this, not saying that you would ever skip scan, but what do you think about this?
Well, I can't skip scan because I don't shop at Walmart. I'm a Target kind of girl. I'm classy based, okay? For the most part, you won't catch me in a Walmart unless I'm just in a place where within a 10-mile vicinity, the only thing there is the Walmart. But this ain't even his fault. I don't blame him because opportunity breeds crime. This is Walmart's fault for trying to keep them prices so low below the poverty line that they refuse to even hire people at $6 an hour to be cashiers down to the Walmart. Y'all want to do these self-checkout where he's self-checked out, okay? So don't blame him. Blame your corporate policies. What you think, Al? Al, we can't hear you. You light-skinned and your thing on mute.
You crack me up, cute. So that's the deal. He's a city councilman. He has a responsibility, a moral responsibility, right, in being a councilman. And I mean, he is $491. I think I would have given him the opportunity to pay it back instead of to expose him and charge him. The funny part to me, though, is he said, listen, I did the self-checkout. He said, but I failed to pay. But I did the self-checkout. So he was like defending himself, saying he did the self-checkout.
That's why he's a politician. And listen, I try to rock for every Black politician. I'd be like, no, but. And he's a brother. I'm trying to have his back. Hell no, bruh.
Right.
First of all, you got more eyeballs on you. You trying to get the people's votes of the people you stealing from, the people that are in the line behind you, and you're stealing, and they're seeing you steal.
Claudia, they be stealing too.
Okay.
And it's Huntsville. So they all skipping through the self-checkout.
Didn't you just go to Huntsville recently?
Well, I go there every year. I was there in June for the Juneteenth because my first cousin, shouts out to Ernestine Latham, a.k.a. Tina Latham of Top Notch Travel and Cleaning Services. Okay. Yes, she lives in Huntsville and I go to visit her.
Like I was saying, you have a higher standard. You are running, you run for office, you campaign, you take in campaign dollars, you know what I mean? Like you are a political figure out there and you're a Black man. You already know, we already discussed this earlier. Twice as much scrutiny, have to pay twice as much hard work. You get there and then you steal from Walmart, dude. Come on, dude. And I know you make a decent salary and the cost of living is not that high in Huntsville. It's pretty decent, like a pretty well-priced place to live. All right.
And the last thing he stole was what, a $22 headset?
Now, see, Huntsville people, I'm not going to jail for no headset. Here's what I will go to jail for.
Okay, let us know.
Let us go.
Some head, a refrigerator. I go to jail for a refrigerator.
Claudia need a refrigerator.
I need a black one.
I go to jail for a stove.
I
got a guy right now in Miami for this. Claudia, you know what? We gonna talk offline.
Okay.
He got Home Depot credit cards and they deliver the stuff wherever. He just put it on the credit cards.
Oh, so you're trying to get me to agree to get a new
booster.
black refrigerator for my new home that I'm purchasing from a stolen credit card on television right now.
Right.
Send it to one of your rental. Send it to one of your rental properties. Girl, is you want this refrigerator or no? Okay.
I want her Airbnb.
Why are you asking me this on the air?
Let me get to Darius on the
line. Get the number, Q.
So now,
hey, I got Claudia Jordan on the. What you saying?
I need a black.
Okay, hold on. No, my producers. I was Joyce. I'm not on it for real. I'm just saying.
Oh my
Joyce
God.
in the chat, y'all talking about the thing is so down, Joyce. Joyce, I'm not on the line for real. Joyce. We not gonna commit crime on the real.
We can't even have a skit on here. Okay,
we got a whole 12 minutes to go.
Q, I'm gonna call you after the show. Hey, y'all. Okay, it looks like the Church of England is considering changing God's pronouns to they and them to encourage inclusivity. According to the New York Post, some churches have already modified certain references, such as replacing he and him with just God and them or they. They have also changed the Lord's prayers from our Father to our Father and Mother. What are your thoughts on the change, and do you think it's needed? Al, let's go to you first.
Of course, please go to me first. You know, I find this to be pretty powerful. I think inclusivity is important to me. I think it's a positive step for a major church of England to adopt progressive terminology. I feel it's essential. However, me personally, when I'm in my spiritual space, gender doesn't play a role for me when I'm praying. Gender neutral pronouns or gender identity is not an important factor with my relationship with God.
Okay. All right, Q. What do you think?
Get off my line with this SHI. Okay, and I'll be the first person to tell you, I don't believe in organized religion. I don't mess with the church. I don't deal with it, but I am fair enough to let church people have their stuff. Okay, I don't have to mess with it to help uphold them people's stuff. Let them people have their stuff. Take your non-gender binary ass, take your whatever else ass you want to be and create your own damn church. Listen, I'm as gay as they come. I am a card-wearing sissy, okay? But I don't, none of this. None of this. No, it's wrong. Let them people have their stuff. Go create your own stuff. If you want God to wear pants and a dress, go create your own stuff. But leave them people stuff alone. They've been alive since King James. Leave them people stuff alone.
I've always thought that God's neither it's not a man or a woman. It's God. It's a spirit. Like it's not. You know, I always thought that. But all these changes, I'm not like, I don't know about that. I feel like some of these things are just attention seeking. I don't know. We have a lot of fake outrage in the world these days where everything is a thing. Every single thing is a thing that we must debate. Well, that's not right. And it's a lot. Yeah, I always thought out the gate, like, why is God assumed to be a man? But then that's when the Bible was written, only men were allowed to read and write and to actually, contribute to the Bible. But I always felt like God is just God. And I never thought it was a man or a woman. It's just God. So how about we just keep it God and all this other stuff? I think we're doing too much in some of this. All right, y'all, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to dedicate a whole bunch of time to questions, okay? Because y'all be complaining. Y'all only give us 30 seconds. We're going to give y'all some minutes. And I'm a little bit afraid with Q and whatever he's doing tonight, whatever happy juice he's on. But we're going to get into it tonight. So put your questions in the chat. We're going to have the whole last segment to talk about it. We'll be right back with more right after this. Welcome back to TGIF. We are having quite a show tonight. Did I ask you fellas what you've been drinking tonight?
Raspberry lemonade.
Lie.
With
That's
what?
a lie. You would lie.
With what?
I'm a virtuous Christian white woman, okay?
So what pills are you on?
That don't go to church.
Not me, girl.
that don't go to church.
Al, what you drinking tonight? What's your friend?
I'm just doing a little of Chardonnay.
Okay, I'm just drinking lemonade. But Q was on one tonight.
He was.
All right. Speaking of almond, we got to get on this. For those who missed it, let's take another look at this Black History Moment sponsored by Nissan.
FOXSOUL celebrates Black history makers who have broken barriers and created change. Megan Pifus is Sesame Street's first Black female puppeteer, giving a fresh voice to a new generation of children. In 2020, Megan became the voice of Gabrielle, a 6-year-old Black girl Muppet on Sesame Street. Megan is a self-taught musician and singing ventriloquist.
Servant of the Lord.
The 2-time Emmy Award winner gained national recognition when she appeared on the hit television shows America's Got Talent and Showtime at the Apollo.
With ventriloquism, it adds in the interaction between a human and a puppet.
But long before Megan took center stage in the spotlight, John W. Cooper paved the way for Black ventriloquists, thrilling audiences with his puppets and his famous show, Fun in a Barbershop. Megan Pifus' amazing voice and her magical gift to bring puppets to life will inspire generations of children to dream big and to explore their imagination and creativity.
Honoring Black History Month on TGIF, presented by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com.
All right. What do y'all think about, what do you think, guys? Can people master the, I'm sorry. Ooh, you think I had a drink. Do you think people can still master the skills of puppeteering? Could y'all ever do that? Or will y'all ever be into that?
Well, you know what? You're talking about mastering. I'm on starting. I never even knew it was a career. I never knew, and especially something for people that look like you and I. So I thank this young lady and I thank Nissan for highlighting somebody off the beaten path with a career path that our children, our kids never knew was possible. Thank you, Nissan, for that.
All right, Al.
Yeah, I mean, this is just amazing. I like the fact that Nissan chooses these people to profile that we would normally think not to profile, but definitely because they're profiling them, we understand their influence in the culture. And I think this is huge. I'm really enjoying it. Thank you, Nissan, and congratulations to Megan for being highlighted and spotlighted during Black History Month.
All right, real quick, I want to spotlight and highlight someone else that's been hitting me up about their birthday. I want to give a shout out to Alton Brown from Jersey City. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Alton Brown. Happy birthday, Alton. And thank you for being a faithful watcher of TGIF.
Okay, now look, we only got 3 minutes left. I done told the people we're going to have a whole bunch of time for questions, and we don't have a lot of time now. Before we go, we want to show some love to the fans in the chat and open up the floor for them to ask us anything. Are y'all ready?
Do it.
Okay. Oh, I wanted to give us more time. All right, let me go right through these questions. Let me see. Al, have you been arrested or gone to jail before?
Yes, I was actually arrested. I was profiled. It was all over the news. I got pulled over for changing lanes without signaling.
Okay. Danielle Thompson, please don't ask Q any questions. He's either going to get fired or the show's going to get canceled.
Thank you, Danielle, for looking out for my best interest, Miss H.R. Fish.
Okay, Al, do you have a body type preference? Do you like big women? Dark and Lovely asked that.
No, I don't. I think it's more about personality and about them being healthy. As long as you could be large, as long as you work out and make smart health choices.
As long as you got a large bank account, down with it. See that resume on LinkedIn.
Carly Benov, Q, are you taking a gentleman caller to the Anita Baker concert?
No,
Ooh.
I'm taking my friend James Knox, who y'all see me on Instagram with. Baby, let me tell you something. These men don't get concerts. Okay, at best they get a little Red Lobster and a taste of my essence, but that's it.
Ooh.
Junior Brown, question for all of you. When was the last time each of you hunched?
2 nights ago, my Russian.
Dang.
Al?
I can't remember. It's probably been that long. I can't remember, honestly.
Me, it was at the beginning of the month, so it's about time. It's about time. I got to get on a plane now. Okay, Vinyl Free. Q, can we see all those muscles in a Speedo?
Well, y'all already have, but I wore the pink Versace, but I got to get y'all an update because I done gained about 10 pounds since Mexico. So yes, when I come back live on Instagram, I got you. I got about 15 more days in jail.
Okay. Question for Al. Would you date Jussie Smollett?
Oh my gosh, how crazy is that? I don't think so, but everyone, please stay tuned during the Super Bowl because I'm working on a project. It will be premiered during the Super Bowl in the commercials. Hey, and it might have something to do with Jussie Smollett.
All right. Okay. Nija Carter, question for y'all. Can I please get a belated birthday shout out? It was Sunday.
Happy birthday, Nate. Birthday, Nija Carter.
What is
Happy birthday.
Okay. Someone asked me if I would ever guest co-host the Breakfast Club. Yes, and I'm doing it next week. So check me out on the Breakfast Club. That's happening.
You better not get on there and talk about us.
What'd you say?
You better not get on there and talk about us because Charlamagne posted about I cuss you out. You don't say nothing bad about us, Claudia.
What are you going to talk about, Claudia?
I'm not. I'm going to talk about real celebrities. What are you talking about?
Ooh. Go to the next thing, Claudia.
All right, y'all. Listen, lots of fun. Listen, Super Bowl Sunday. Y'all care who wins? Y'all got a team? Y'all going for it?
That's not the Super Bowl. It's the Rihanna concert.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching us. Thank you, Funky. Thank you, Al. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. Stay tuned for Tracks and Tales, and we will see y'all next week. Y'all be safe this weekend and strap it up, especially you kids.
Bye, soulmate.
Bye.
Have a good night, soulmate.